take this off when I do my live stream. Whew. Greetings, 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 everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. Hope y'all are doing well. Heute ist Donnerstag. Today is Tuesday. Um, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing well. I have some more videos that I didn't get to post yet. Make sure you check out my posts, okay, that I'm posting on here. Please and thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Um, yeah, I was watching yesterday. Well, I was listening to some videos yesterday where they were talking about people being evicted. Um, I hate that word eviction, y'all. It's not a good word at all. And I've never experienced it before. For anybody that has ever experienced it, I'm sure that's not a good feeling. Um, People do fall on hard times. And that's why I really want to encourage people out there, to do home ownership if you can. Um, it's a lot easier, in my opinion, to stay in your house. But I know everybody is not financially ready or maybe not financially disciplined to do such things. But financial discipline is definitely important if you choose to get a house. And I think we need to talk about this a lot more. I know a lot of people aren't interested in the topic, probably because they feel like, they just don't think they can do it. And that's why I'm talking about it, because it's definitely possible. I'm going to go back in my search history here, and I'm going to look through some things that I was watching about these evictions, y'all. Let me see. Now, we do have an HOA meeting today. I am running to be on the social committee again, and hope to make some changes in the neighborhood so that we can be more active amongst each other. But I find that, I don't know why, but when people get on social media, like we have a neighborhood Facebook group, people tend to be very callous and very contentious and rude. And find that behavior to be very disgusting. I don't know what is wrong with people and their like antics in this society, but people really need to get over themselves, y'all. That's how I really feel. I noticed that when you have a group that you're posting on, even if you mean no harm, or if you ask a question, or you have some type of insight, suggestion, or an opinion, if you are not meaning any harm, why are people getting rude and nasty in the comment sections, y'all? This is why I really stay to myself, because I remember one day there was a Facebook post in the neighborhood Facebook group. So the lady was asking about the homes that were being built up the road from us. So I posted to answer her question. I was trying to be helpful. And when I told her the name of the home builder, she said, "Well, I already knew that." So I was like, "Well, I guess you answered your own question then already." She was like, "Actually, no, such and such did when I went and did some type of research." Like, she was very insulting, very rude and disrespectful. And she was like, "Thank you, and you have a good rest of your day." Like, the tone was nasty, y'all. So after that encounter with her, I understood that she was just a rude individual. And I never, every time she posts anything in the neighborhood Facebook group, I never respond back to her. I never interact with her. I have no concern whatsoever to interact with her ever again in the neighborhood. People will show you their nastiness, and it's like, why are people so like nasty and rude and disrespectful? How are you doing, Holy One? I'm just like, it makes no sense. We all live together in the same neighborhood. Why are y'all being disrespectful on the neighborhood Facebook group? And then I had posted some drone footage from the summertime, and I thought it was neat to get shots of the aerial view of the neighborhood. It was only down my street, y'all. Thank you, Holy One. So I posted a little 24-second clip, and I was like, I think this is kind of neat, y'all. And I just posted the clip, and I was like, if you ever need any real estate advice, hit me up, because a lot of times realtors will get drone footage of the neighborhood and of the houses and of the streets. Um, and so somebody posted in the neighborhood Facebook group, I don't want that thing flying over my house. And I'm like, it's not even, I said, it's not flying over your house. And I just sent a smiley face and I just got off the app. I got off the Facebook group because people are hypersensitive and hyper stupid, if you ask me. Thank you for the hearts. And I just don't understand, why are people like that? It's like their intrinsic, inherent nature is just to be on attack mode when you mean no harm to anybody, y'all. And I just don't get it. And I'm just like, why can't we come together as a neighborhood? We all live together, y'all. So what is the harm? And it just makes no sense to me. So, and then I've even noticed in the neighborhood next door app, y'all, which is why I try to just be very selective on what I post, because even in the neighborhood next door app, I remember they attacked this girl because she wanted a kitten, and this girl was a young girl. She was not, thank you, Holy One. You have a great day as well. She was not a grown girl. She was a young girl, and they said they were like the neighborhood patrol. They were like the kitty cat patrol, y'all. Oh, she's been asking for a kitten, and I don't think she's responsible enough for one. She had a turtle that she wanted to give away. How do we know she's going to take care of this cat? Like, they attacked this girl so bad on the neighborhood next door app that the girl, she said she was logging off and she was not coming back. I'm like, so you mean grown adults don't have anything else better to do than to get on these apps and act like children? I remember I was in the neighborhood one day leaving. This was early in the AM. You said, yep, you're right. This world is filled with noise and everybody's in a rush and endless demands. Yes, Drew. Even going down the highway, like, if I've experienced like egregious behavior, and it's like when it gets dark outside, I already don't like driving in the dark because, it's difficult to see in the dark sometimes. And people are out here speeding down the highway, on the roadway, cutting in, diving in, and dipping in and out of traffic. No warning, no signal light, pulling out in front of you. So basically, you're trying to dodge from being in an accident. And then you have people blowing at you because they want you to pull out into oncoming traffic, y'all. Oncoming traffic. Hit that like button. Shout out to Girl Dad. And it's like, I'm not about to pull out into oncoming traffic because you can't wait a few seconds. I had one lady, I'm leaving out of the shopping center, and traffic is steady going, steady going. I'm not going fast enough. She went around me, y'all, illegally, and turned in front of me. And people do this all the time. And then also, I had another guy flashing their lights at me for no reason. And I'm sorry, if these people are in front of me slamming on brakes, I'm not about to tailgate these people so I can run into the back of them because you want to speed down the highway like you're going nowhere fast anyway. By the time they got around me and in front of me, guess what ended up happening, y'all? We ended up at the same place at the same time, and then I ended up in front of them and bypassing them. So, y'all, people don't have to be in such a rush. But back to what I was saying, y'all. The neighborhood app, there was this guy in the neighborhood. He's not even a man. I think he's a coward. So I'm turning left out of my street, right? And I guess he's coming down the street. I didn't see him, but I did notice that in my rear view mirror, I saw like this car behind me. He was driving a Kia, like some type of Kia SUV. Seemed like some type of dark colored vehicle was swerving behind me, and I'm like, what is he doing? So I turned the street, and as I turned the street, this idiot has the audacity to get in front of me. He he went around me on the street, y'all. And this is a residential community. Goes around me, gets in front of me like he's the freaking police and stops the car. So I stopped the car. So I roll the window down. He's getting out of his car, y'all. He gets out of the car. Keep in mind, he has a child. What's good, King Hazy? In the car. Impatient people headed nowhere fast. That's right. Gets out and starts yelling at me, and I still have this footage on my phone. You almost caused an accident. You pulled out in front of me. What are you doing? And this isn't the first time you did it. And I, like, just going off. So you don't want to come at me like that at 7 or 8 a.m. Like I am just basically getting myself together. And we had words. I never got out the car. I was yelling at him. And I think whatever I called him, I think I called him I was like, F you, you B, something I said. But he got back in his car, but he tried to say something to me like retard. I can't remember, y'all. I can't remember all these words. But y'all, I defended myself. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Had he come near my car, he was going to get run over because I don't play these games. He's a big, hefty, I don't know if he's 6 feet, but he's big, y'all. I don't weigh that much. Why are you getting out of your car yelling at a female? Because you're a coward. Because you're a coward. Then I had another incident on the highway with a white person. Now, this other guy, I think he's some type of white Hispanic because sometimes they look white, but they're Hispanic. But this particular person was on the interstate and he got mad at me because he wanted to like bogart his way into my lane, right? As he's trying to bogart into my lane, I'm not letting him over because you don't have a right to bogart into my lane. Don't you know this idiot lowers down his window and starts yelling at me, you bitch, you bitch. What type of, see these white Caucasian assholes, they get so bold when it's a female and a melanated female at that. And I guess this makes them feel empowered and emboldened to call a female out of her name on the interstate while we're driving, down the roadway. Let somebody else had been in that car. Let a male have been driving that car. Do you think he would have been that bold? No, because a man would have chased his ass down and gave him the business. Y'all, when did this happen? This happened like last year, y'all. This happened last year, but I'm telling you, it's a lot of cowards in this world. And these are not men, they're cowards. A lot of them are just, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say, but they're not men. So I'm telling y'all, I've had my encounters, but I just try to steer clear of drama. Don't bring the drama to me. Buns, Buggy, you're so pretty. Oh my God. Thank you, Buns. And you are too. Let me pull up your profile picture. I can't really see it, but you look nice. Um, yeah, I'm looking at my notes here. I'm on a little miniature break. I have 20 more minutes, 22 minutes before I get back in there. But y'all, we just go through a lot in this world. And that's why I'm saying, why are people being mean on social media, mean in the neighborhood Facebook group, mean on the neighborhood next door app, mean on the roadway? And then even today I had to call about some health insurance stuff, right? Because they're trying not to pay my bills for my therapy for my wrist. And he said, thank you. Yeah. So I call in and the girl automatically had an attitude when she answered the phone, y'all. And I used to work, customer service over the phone. So I know how it is. You get bogged down with phone calls. You might not feel like being at work, and I understand, but I didn't have a rude tone with her. So don't get rude with me. So, I asked her how was she doing. She said she was doing okay. So then I barely heard her say anything else. So I'm like, hello. So then she was like, how can I help you today? So I was just asking her about the claims that they denied because I need them to get paid because who has $18,000 just sitting around, y'all? So she's looking at it. Then she tells me what she's going to do to rectify the situation. But the way she explained it to me, I wanted to make sure I understood what she was saying. So she said to me, that's what I just said. That's what the, who are you talking to? That's what I just said. I was repeating back to her to make sure I understood because the way she explained it was a little confusing. So I tried to explain it to her. So she was like, is there anything else I can help you with? So I said, are you okay? I'm fine. I said, I hope so. I'm having a wonderful day. That's what she tells me. I said, I hope you are. I said, because you seemed a little irritated, when I called in. I said, I just wanted to make sure I understood what you were saying. I didn't want to be confused. I said, but I'm going to go ahead and let you go and I'm going to get off this phone. And I hung up. I didn't get smart with her. I didn't cuss at her. I didn't ask to speak to her manager, her supervisor, because I know these calls are recorded. But I'm not about to go back and forth with you. No, I'm not. I just got off the phone with her and I called back. I spoke to someone else because you have my account, you have my information in front of you. I don't want you messing up my stuff. So I made sure when I spoke to the next representative, I explained to her what the issue was, why I was calling back in. I said the last representative seemed like she had an attitude for no reason, and I just wanted to understand what was going on. That's it. Didn't have an attitude, y'all. But some people just, I don't know. I don't know what their issue is. They mean because they ain't got no motion going on, envy of you for what you got going on. That's why I just stay out the way and keep it moving the best I can. Drew, thank you so much. I'm glad you understand. Maintain your happiness. Don't fall into everybody, the evil trap. I try, y'all. And it's so difficult sometimes because you just, sometimes you're like, what's the attitude for? You didn't do anything to these people. But thank y'all. Thank y'all for, your kind words of encouragement, y'all. But yeah, we just really have to maintain our composure out here. So when we have this neighborhood meeting, and it's going to be probably on Microsoft Teams, we never meet up in person. I'm just hoping that everybody can be cordial that's going to join the group. It's not going to be the whole neighborhood. But you said they insecure, that's what it is. Buns Buggy, I think you're right. And I've experienced a lot of hostility throughout my lifetime from people not liking me for no reason, never spoke to me, never met me. I mean, this stuff really happened. Like I started experiencing a lot of this in high school, so I know how people can be. But you would think that when people become adults, but they don't. They don't have an adult mindset. They still carry these negative, childish mindsets, y'all. And some children actually act better than the adults, y'all. I'm at the school right now, and the children, they walk down the hall, they speak, they wave. You get adults, sometimes they look right at you, they turn their head, act like they don't see you. And it's stupid. You said they are jealous of you, then because look at you and your energy too. Thank you, Buns Buggy. I'm pretty sure you've been through this because you read very well, and I appreciate you so much. You just don't know how much I really appreciate you. And I do talk about things like this a lot because I feel like, especially with being a female, being melanated, it's already like hard enough. We get so much coming at us, even if it's like from other females, if it's from melanated males. Believe it or not, you said thank you, and yes, you have. Melanated males are jealous of females too, y'all. Males can be jealous of females. Males can be jealous of you because they see that you are trying to elevate in life, whether you're going to school or you've gotten degrees or you're getting whatever you're trying to achieve, or if you have a car, if you have a house, if you live in a certain neighborhood, you go shopping, you like to decorate, you like to dress. Whatever your interests are, you're upbeat, people respond well to you. People, gravitate towards you. They don't like that, y'all. You said you saw it happen to others too? Yes. Yes. I have heard females say that males have thrown things in their face about them having their own car, about them having their own house, about them having a degree. I said I didn't know people did that, y'all. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know. But y'all, it can even be your own family members and relatives. And I think that's the craziest thing because you come from the same DNA, y'all. The same DNA. I couldn't tell you how many times, like, people have come on to social media talking about their family. That their family has hated on them. Their family excludes them. Y'all, it's messed up. So Buns Buggy, there's a girl on YouTube. I want you to follow her. And if I find her channel, I'm gonna read it out to you. But it's called Pretty Girl Survival Guide, Buns Buggy. And I think you should check her out. I can't find her right now, but she popped up in my feed. Here she is. She's beautiful. And she has a YouTube channel right here. How pretty girls, what it says, trigger jealousy in others. And you can see she's stunningly beautiful. And I really like her channel. It's called Pretty Girl Survival Tips. Y'all, it's sad that she has to develop a whole community because of what she experiences because of her looks. I think that is craziness. And like and when I see other females, I'll give them a compliment. Like if I feel, yes, isn't she beautiful? When I see females, I give them compliments. I'm like, look at her hair. And I think that's all her natural hair, her makeup, just everything. and she's well spoken, she's articulate, and you know, maybe if people are envious of something, you can ask for advice, get pointers from people, but just to be hostile and mean, y'all, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. Like, we're already behind on the totem pole. Why tear each other down is my thing. Why tear one another down? It's this males, the gender wars, male against women, the red pill against the women. I think this is stupid, y'all. I don't see a lot of other people doing that. Now, I do know that there are males that don't like women and women don't like men, but y'all, we need each other to procreate. So what are we really doing? I feel like females need men for protection, but then again, you really don't, because you can get a gun and you could take self defense classes. But I feel like certain things you won't go through when you have a male in your presence, too. And you might need a man just to do some manly stuff, to open stuff for you. But I think men need females. I think they do. People need to stop with all these gender wars, y'all. That's just my whole take on that. I've gone off on a whole different tangent. But yes, I was talking about the fact that I was listening to these videos yesterday, and people are facing evictions. And I just want to encourage you all out there, if you're going through anything, please know that your circumstances and your situation can turn around and change. Please know that a lot of people fall on hard times and they just don't talk about it. Please understand that even these people on social media, these celebrities, are not living like you think they're living. Optics can be very delusional, all right? It's all an illusion, y'all. So don't fall for it. He said, yes, it's got to be like me. I never get jealous. I always feel happy for him. Like, because we girls and women, we supposed to lift each other up, not be jealous and tear us down. And same with men. I so agree with you. And thank you so much for your commenting on that, Buns Buggy. Yeah, so it's a lot of people out here that's facing like evictions. So we really don't have time. Because, like I'm saying, you don't know what a person is facing in life. You don't know. A person could have gotten like a medical situation diagnosed to them just yesterday or earlier today, went to the doctor's office, or their children could be going through something. You don't know if they lost a child, lost a relative, and people are just nasty for no reason. You know what I mean? So I feel like people need to have more humility, more grace, more empathy, and just be a little bit more understanding out here, people, because it's already bad enough. We're going through what we're going through with this government, with this economy, with this financial crisis that people are going through. And I can't find these videos of the evictions, but it was a lot of people that were complaining about it. And that's why I wanted to talk to y'all, because I am a realtor, and I just want to and I want to encourage you to please consider home ownership. I know people say home ownership is a scam. I've heard people say a 401k is a scam. I've heard people say a lot of things are scams. But look, let me tell you, when you have a house, you are more stabilized. You are more stable in a house than you are in an apartment, or if you're renting, because at any given time, your landlord, or if you're dealing with like a privately owned person, they can say, hey, we want to sell this. And they are supposed to, by law, depending on your state, give you a certain amount of time before they do that. They're supposed to honor your lease agreement. But a lot of people get taken advantage of in real estate because they don't know their rights. You have to look up your landlord and tenant rights in your state. And unfortunately, some people don't do that, or they don't have the time to go back and forth and fight with the landlord, y'all. So that's another thing. You said, hello, how are you? I have a question for you. What do you think is better for America to be governed, for conservatives or liberals? Dark Nosh, I just think that we need to be able to cohesively exist and stop putting ourselves in boxes and stop putting ourselves under titles, for one thing. Because when we start putting titles on stuff, then it becomes this against this, liberals against conservatives, Democrats against Republicans. I feel like yeah, we had a good thing going. I think they froze my live stream. What was going on is I got a spam call and they decided to leave me a freaking voice message, so it froze me, and I apologize for that. But you said, I'm a pretty good judge of character. I can tell you have a beautiful spirit inside you and I can relate to you. I will subscribe to your channel. Thank you, Drew. I appreciate that so much wholeheartedly. I really appreciate all your subscriptions. Just know that I do come from a sincere place. I am passionate about some things that I speak on. So you might hear me say things, repeat myself a lot. Like I'm very passionate about people being homeowners. And why I'm passionate about that is because for so long, um, especially melanated people, we've been discriminated against when it comes to real estate and being able to purchase homes. We've been redlined, block busted, all types of stuff. And I really want to see us start to build our generational wealth and be more stabilized. And I think people get intimidated when you mention home ownership or qualifying or getting pre-approved to get a house. And it's really not that difficult. And what I wanted to say about these evictions as well is that, yes, that can go on your credit report. However, let me tell y'all about home ownership. Home ownership is a little bit different because they don't just like take you to court and take your house in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Not how they try to make it seem like, oh, you missed a payment. No. Really, like I talk about so much, I feel like I repeat myself all the time on this channel that your mortgage company will work with you to stay in your house. I want y'all to understand that. If you ever go through anything, if you face a financial hardship, they do have financial hardship programs to keep you in your home. So don't think that, oh, I miss a payment or two, they're going to put me at my house. I promise you they won't. And you can even come up with a payment arrangement, a payment program. There are agencies and organizations out here that will pay your mortgage payment for you if this happens. So just know the same way it works for rent, it can work for a homeowner as well. Yes, you saw the Pretty Girl channel? Yeah. Yes, I agree, but I gotta go. But I subbed and I will check out that channel. Shout out to Buns Buggy. Yeah, so I just want to encourage y'all, to just really look out for your financial future. Also, I know that Christmas time is coming up. Whether you celebrate or not, there are going to be a lot of quote unquote sales going on. Let's take this money and invest it into stock or whatever you want to invest into, whether it's crypto, Bitcoin, whatever your investment is. Also, you can save, but definitely look into investing into something that's going to grow exponentially, even if it's your 401k. I think there's like a 403b. These are retirement funds through your jobs. And you can do an IRA if you're self employed, but start putting your finances into you. And see, we got to start with holding our money from these people, y'all, because that's the only way that we're going to financially and exponentially grow and get stronger. When we can be more comfortable in that respect as a people, people start respecting us more. Right now, a lot of people are in survival mode, and I hate that. I hate that people have to be like that. It's always going to be like this in the world. We're always going to have people that are lower on the totem pole that are trying to climb to the top, but we have to have more care and compassion towards each other. That's what I want to say. But y'all, I have about 6 more minutes before I have to get back into this school. Y'all got my planner. Shout out to the planners out there. If you have planners and agenda books, I can show you so many of these pages did not get used. But I love having agenda books because it helps keep me organized, and just setting appointment reminders in my phone helps me to stay organized. And I do plan on, this is me, y'all. Shout out to your real estate queen. So this is me, okay? Looking to buy or sell? Let's work together. Become the CEO of your financial future. I'm here to ensure you understand every aspect of your real estate transaction. With over $1 million in sales volume, I guarantee you are well represented at all times and have proper guidance when in need of assistance, y'all. All right, that is me. I look forward to meeting you to help navigate through your real estate needs in a steadily changing real estate market. I really do mean that. More human compassion for each other, Drew, is what we need. You're so right. Please look into home ownership, you all. I am going to sign out of here. Feel free to comment once I get off here. Let me know if you like my live streams, if there's any topics you want me to talk about. I'm very busy throughout the days, But hopefully one day I can actually sit down and do a real live stream for y'all. But until then, I just wanted to come in and check in with y'all when I have these little breaks and stuff like this. So at least we get to meet like this, okay? So I have to go. I got to get back in here. And I am the English learner teacher for today. So I'm just navigating through my day. Bye, King Hazy. You liked my live stream? Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Remember to walk in your divinity, celebrate yourself, and y'all stay blessed. Take care.